Hi there. I'm looking into hiring an architect, and for it's going to be, well, for the moat project, but instead of the whole project, I'm just going to do one little unit, which is about 1,200 square feet. So it's a two-bedroom house, maybe two bathroom. I don't know. I'm going to talk to the architect to see um, what to do about that. The floor plan pretty much, because I don't have any idea how to do interior architecture. I just basically have a shell, which is the floor plan, the exterior perimeter walls, and so basically that's what I've been working on. And then I decided, well, let's say that the architecture um, can be made, that the architect does these detailed drawings that can be handed over to a contractor, and the contractor, after getting a permit and getting the land and all, can build this, and you can have a house. Well, of course, it's not for me. I've already got like this apartment, and I don't want to really change. Well, I mean, I could change, but I want this to be affordable housing. So to do one is interesting, but to do 120, making it a neighborhood in that custom spiral that I always post on Facebook and in my paintings too, I make the image. Um, that's kind of my goal, to make a neighborhood. And in the neighborhood, you'd have like the same house, but it'd just be kind of cookie cut all the way around, and it'd be affordable housing. And so, yeah, I mean, people do this all the time. It's just that I have kind of a way of thinking about business as not for profit. Basically, if there is a profit made by renting to low income families, um, then that, because they're subsidized, we would get that money, but instead of going into a profit, it could go um, to charity. So that's kind of that would be better, I think, than having a profit, because one, it goes to charity, and two, it might be a tax write-off if they decide to buy the home, or even during renting stages, they might be able to have this um, deduction because it's run by a nonprofit organization, which I call MOAT. So I looked into today, um, and in today I found I found this thing called the TSAHC, or it's by the THASC. But it's called the Texas Housing Impact Fund. What they do is they grant these loans to developers to build these homes, and so that's just one way of like thinking about how to raise the money, is to go through an organization already set up that gives loans to developers to do affordable housing or all kinds of other you know uh, buildings that are important. And this is in Texas, and in Texas is where I'm. And although the project could be done in other states too, but basically I want to see it in. I personally want to see it in Texas, but I'm flexible. So the other idea that this led me to was to look at like all these plots of land, just to see how much the land would cost. And so I'm looking at something like 15 acres altogether where the spiral would be in, and that's pretty much a lot of money depending on where it's at. The location makes it more, uh, if it's a better location, in cost. So what I'm doing now is looking into this company called Icon, which is based in Austin, I believe. What they do is build 3D homes using their equipment, and they can build them very, very cheaply. So I was reading that a 400 square foot small home cost them about, 600 square foot small home, which is like the size of my apartment right here. It cost them $4,000 to build, which is a lot cheaper than the normal kinds of construction by using this 3D printer. And that would mean that the 1,200 square foot floor plan that I have can be 3D printed, although it might have to be printed in sections to make and then connected, because it didn't look like these machines were that big, but I might be wrong. They might be able to do the entire house in one fell swoop. But if mine is twice as big as the 600 square foot home, then it will cost, I've got to change this right here, to 3D print a 600 square foot, it only cost $8,000. So what I'm going to do now is open my phone app to my calculator, which I use a lot, and I'm going to put $8,000 times 120 homes, so that's just under $1 million. It's $960 to do this little neighborhood. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, like, say the rent is $1,000 times 12, so it's $12,000 a year times 120 homes. That would mean that we would get $1,440,000 for charity each year, if all that money could go to the charity after we build it. But like I said before, it might be a loan, so we might have to pay off the loan in addition to as we go along. But eventually, it would start making a lot of money for charity, and that's just one. And of course, there's a whole bunch of moat projects out there that I've designed, just the floor plans. These irregular, they used to be I-beam sculptures, but now I'm thinking architecture. That is the way to go. Affordable housing, and so so basically, it'd be over $1 million to charity each year. For each of these little neighborhoods, and I think it's possible. And then what I realized is that there's this company called Flower Tulips, or maybe Flower Turbines. Anyway, it's a wind power turbine that looks like a tulip, but it's about 1.5 meters tall. And basically, they could run in winds, and when it's windy outside, in high or medium force winds, and generate energy for on grid for the house, and then that extra energy that it makes can be sold back to the energy company, and so that sale of that power, that energy, can also go to charity. I have no idea how much that would make for charity in addition to the $1,440,000 to charity each year. If the rent was $1,000, and so these are two bedroom homes each, and maybe 2 bathrooms. But my plan pretty soon is to hire the architect to do kind of some detailed drawings, if they can do that. I don't know, like, if they can do it all in one fell swoop. I'm hoping that they can. So wish me luck. So I think that's all I wanted to say about all that. But I'm also flexible. I mean, they don't have to be these flower turbines spinning on top of the roofs of these homes to generate the energy. I mean, we could go the solar route too, and then sell that money, that energy back to the energy company, electric company for charity money. And that's where I'm at today. Any suggestions on how I might be able to do any of these kinds of steps would be welcome. Thank you.